Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks Live. And this is kind of an odd one because I was supposed to post a pre-recorded video today, but I didn't do the live stream last night because I just worked real late. I don't even know what time I got home. It was sometime after 8 o'clock. But yeah, it was just a hell of a long night. Hell of a long day, and I just didn't get back in time to do the live stream. The bitch of it was that somehow I broke my phone yesterday, so I wasn't able to make a post to the YouTube channel or the Discord to let y'all know that I wasn't gonna be able to make it back in time for the live stream. So yeah, that's the second phone I've smashed in the last year, broke the screen on, and both times I just pulled it out of my pocket during a normal day. Just pulled the phone out of my pocket and tried to use it, and the screen is smashed. I mean, I didn't fall, I didn't drop the phone, I didn't fall and land on it or anything. Or just a normal day's work, just doing normal shit with my hands, walking around and shit, and pulled the phone out, and the screen is smashed. So I have no damn idea how either one of them got broken. But yeah, that's my second phone now. This over probably the last 6 months. Crabman, Laic, Bucky, Dog Karma, Raziel, what's up, y'all? I'm glad to see you here this morning. Yeah, so my apologies for missing the live stream last night and not notifying y'all that there wasn't going to be one. But as I said, I had no way to do it. My phone was completely glitched out. The only way I could call my wife was through Google, telling it I could talk to it still, so tell it to call my wife. I couldn't use the touch screen at all. That's the only time I ever used that bullshit, is when for some reason I can't touch the screen on my phone, or it's not working. But yeah, so at least I was able to let my wife know I was going to be home late, but I couldn't let y'all know that I wasn't going to be doing the live stream. So other than that, let's see, because of the late night and all that, I haven't prepared a whole lot for today. I don't have a whole lot going on this morning except a lack of sleep. So I hope y'all have something you want to talk about. Muskogee land, big country, what's up? Yeah, normally, honestly, big country, I don't know. I normally put it toward my body, the screen facing toward my body. But as I'm working, doing shit, I just stick it in my pocket. And I mean, sometimes it might be toward my body, sometimes it might be facing out. I'm sure that both times it broke, it was facing out, you know what I mean? So that's just one of the hazards. I try to pay attention to shit like that, but that's just, I don't know, the way my mind works. I just do shit, kind of almost robotically, without thinking, without any thought at all. And it's just by rote, force of habit. And I won't think about it for hours later. I'll be like, oh, I wonder if I put my phone in the right way, So yeah, I'm perfectly aware that I might put my phone in my pocket with the screen facing out and not even realize it. I try to put it facing in, but I don't always, I'm sure. Oh, okay, Bucky. Well, that's good news though, man. That's good, staying busy. Oh, you're good at breaking phones too, Muskogee land. Yeah, I actually been looking for a tough, rugged, one of those old style flip phones. I'm maybe just, if I can find one I can afford, just get one that's basically indestructible. You know what I mean? Like I said, the last phone I bought it a couple years ago because I wanted to do this YouTube channel. But now I've kind of upgraded slowly over time, and I don't need a phone to do my YouTube channel anymore. So I don't, the only functionality I need out of a phone is to be able to call my wife and to connect to Bluetooth so I can listen to my books, at work. And the listening to my books is a want, not a need. You know what I mean? You break about 2 phones a year, crap, man. That's the role I've been on. Yeah. Unless I get just some cheap piece of shit, then that one will last me forever. One that's just aggravating and I hate it because something's wrong, just something's wrong with it in the software or something. It drops signals and hangs up on me all the time and shit. If it's really aggravating, that son of a bitch will last me forever. Literally, it'll be indestructible. You know what I'm saying? I can't break that damn thing. But if it's a decent phone that I like and I can talk on to my wife without much interruption and stuff, then oh yeah, I'm breaking that bitch. Yeah, that thing's a goner. Hey Tripwire, what's up, you southerner down there? Hey, how is it down there? I hope you're having a good summer, man. Hey, Mike Fleisner, my boy. What's up, Mike? Glad to see you here, man. Raziel, Consumer Cellular. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll check that out. That sounds familiar. I've actually heard of them before. Get her done, Mike. Yeah, Limp Biscuit break stuff. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Muskogee. Hey, Shannon. Good morning. How's it going? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the kind of phone I need. I've seen those rugged phones before. Just they're all branded as rugged and indestructible and stuff, but they got the same screens as that Gorilla Glass or whatever that the other ones have, and that's what breaks on me, the screen, nothing else. I've never had anything else break. I just smashed the screen on a phone. Just not necessarily because doing really hard work like yesterday. I was just sanding, doing sanding and stuff. So it's not like I was, out there doing logging and, being a lumberjack or something crazy or breaking rocks or anything like that. I was just sanding. Um, but I'm active, I move around a lot and shit. And I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but somehow it happened. Uh, and it doesn't take much force because, like I said, whatever it was just a tiny little bump because I wasn't doing anything. It's not like I uh, you know jumped off a car or off a house or fell or anything like that. I was just walking around doing normal shit. So it couldn't have been that much of an impact to break the damn thing. So I don't really want a phone with an exposed screen anymore at all because that just spells out trouble for me, costing me money and shit that I don't have. Motorola Raziel, okay. Oh, okay. That's nice, Trip. Yeah, yeah. That's probably a nice time of day, huh? Early in the morning. Yeah, that's when it's cool in the summer here. Coolish in the summer here. It's still real humid, even early in the morning, but it's as cool as it gets. Like, even when it's still dark outside, I'll be walking to my van in the summer and have a light sheen of sweat before I even get from my door to the van just because of the humidity. It's insane. Oh, okay. A good case and a screen protector. All right. Yeah, the two-way Motorola phones back from the early 2000s, Bucky. Yeah, those were good ones. Yeah, crab man. I think that's kind of what do you want to call it? Not a fad, but a shift in the way things are going. People are going back to flip phones and cutting out social media and shit. Yeah, crab man. Um, People are, number one, they're starting to see that paying $1,000 for a damn phone every year is just a quick way to being broke. You know what I mean? Uh, getting rid of those bills and just easing back to a simpler, less expensive time, because everything's getting so expensive. People can't afford to upgrade their damn phone every year. And if you break it, uh, like I just did mine, um, but as I said before, I had that fancy phone for a certain reason. I mean, there's a reason I got that phone. The one before. Now, the one I just broke wasn't an expensive phone like the one I had before. The expensive phone was the last one I broke. So yeah, uh, what a pain in the ass. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shit, I've worked on all kinds of shit: plumbing, electric, uh, vehicles. I'll fix damn near anything. Yeah, with enough baling wire and duct tape, I can fix anything. Oh, okay. It has a cover. Maybe uh, that'd probably be a good way to go. That kind of case. Yeah, with actual like a notebook cover that actually covers the case or the screen with something physical. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but now I don't use my phone that much anyway. It just sits in my pocket all day. I pull it out once in a while to if my wife calls me or something, but that's it. What's up, rocker? Glad to see you here, man. Glad you could make it. Yep, just ramping up for Christmas down here. As you can see, the wife is decorated. She likes decorating my little mini studio here. She gets some enjoyment out of that. I hope y'all like it. And she put some time and effort into it. She, she'll run back here after watching my videos. She'll run back here. Oh, that doesn't look right, and then she'll run back here into my studio and fix some stuff back here. Oh, and move stuff around, and then you gotta let me see you on the camera before you do your next video. And of course, I'll forget. I'll just sit down here and click it on, and then she'll have to come back in here after I'm done here. She'll come back in here and move something, a half inch to the right or whatever. It's neat. I'm glad she enjoys it and gets to have part of the fun of doing this. And as you can see, that's the color we were painting. That shit, that's automotive paint. That shit does not come off, dude, at all. I could have just soaked my hand in lacquer thinner before I left, but it was getting cold and my hands were numb already from the cold from cleaning the parts in the lacquer thinner. And I looked at my hand and I was like, whatever, dude. That's just, it's just gonna have to wear off over time. I'm not soaking my hand in lacquer thinner again. Then my wife gets mad because I just don't care. She's like, you can't go in front of the camera like that. And I'm just like, whatever. I don't think the people that watch Gen X thinks are gonna judge me for having a little automotive paint on my hand. Either that or I'm a serial killer. Y'all don't know. Maybe I'm a serial killer. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Bucky. The I see that all the time. Especially, I think about probably 90% of the time I see someone driving, looking down at their phone like that. it's a young woman, stopped at the light, just stopped there, and you look through their back window and they're looking down at their phone like this. Or they'll go through the light and, like just barely moving through the light, just fast enough to where they're actually moving, but doing 5 miles an hour, while they're trying to text and shit and that kind of shit. Yeah. That's crazy. Oh, thank you, Mike. Yeah. I'll let my wife know you said so, man. Oh, okay, big country. I will. Thank you. Yeah, crab man. Okay. Yeah, it's insane. It's yeah. Wait, and driving distracted like that is so nuts. And how many times I'm just having people. It used to happen all the time. Not all the time, but it used to happen my whole life. Somebody would just get distracted at a red light once in a while, once in a blue moon, and you'd have to bump your horn at them. Now it's almost every single light. Someone's sitting there distracted at their phone. Even though it's in Florida here, it's illegal. You can't even look at your phone at the red light now. But almost every single light, someone will be distracted looking at their phone and holding up traffic. It's everyone knows it's dangerous. Everyone knows they shouldn't be doing it, but they do it anyway. And that's, in a way, it's even worse than drunk driving, because at least drunk driving, the person's drunk and their decision making skills have been reduced due to the alcohol. So being drunk is the reason they're drunk. If they were sober, they probably wouldn't choose to drive drunk. You know what I'm saying? But in with this kind of shit, with these cell phones driving distracted, they're completely sober and they're making that decision sober. So in some ways, it's actually worse. You thought I got done gutting something, crab man? Hey, Gen X Awakens, what's up? Glad to see you here. Yeah. Yeah, Mike. Dark Watch, what's up? Hey, glad to see you here. Jeffrey Knox, what's up, Jeffrey? Glad to see you here, man. Living and active. Yeah, you're here, living and active. One of us are. One of us are here. At least. I hope both of us are here. Yeah. But yeah, that's yeah, yeah, Bucky. Yeah, most people don't drink and drive anymore, but almost everyone's on their phones, and almost like I said, most of the time I see it, it's a young woman. Uh, I've seen, you see young dudes a lot too and shit, but 90% of it is young women, and part of that goes to impatience and all this, now, like, uh, what do you call it, the instantaneous gratification or whatever. Nobody can wait on anything anymore. Patience is just unheard of. They can't wait to check their Facebook or TikTok or whatever until they get home. That's 15 minutes away. Oh my God, I can't, I'll die. I need to check it right now. That kind of bullshit. Um, it's dog shit way of thinking, just a lack of patience. And I've known impatient people my whole life. You know what I mean? We all have. We've known maybe some of you are impatient. Uh, Patience is not always a common thing. Impatience is not unheard of. You know, but at the same time, this um, this new, like, widespread societal impatience. Nobody is patient anymore. I mean, they can't even wait to to watch a show, or I mean, nobody wants to wait for anything. You know what I mean? Uh, all communication is instant, same day delivery, Uber Eats, and all this bullshit. So patience is a very rare quality nowadays, and that's gonna be I think detrimental to the human race at one point if it keeps going down that road at some point. You know what I mean? It can't be good. But yeah, I know it's aggravating to the rest of us, to anybody with even a modicum of patience, you know. And I actually took a like a psych eval for a job one time, and the dude told me, showed me my readout and whatever. I don't know if it was bullshit or whatever, but I mean it rung kind of true. But he told me, he said, dude, you're almost superhumanly patient. You're almost too patient for this job. I'm thinking about not hiring you because you're too patient, dude. And I was like, well, yeah, what do you want me to say, dude? I'm patient, So, but yeah, so I'm on the other end of that spectrum. I have a lot of patience when it comes to a lot of things, and so that impatience really, that's the only thing I don't have patience for, is impatience in other people. I want them to get some patience now. Oh yeah, tripwire, brain cells destroyed by phone addiction. Yeah. Yeah, try to tame a honey badger, Mike. Minus 17 in Canada this morning. Woo, that's a chilly one, Jeffrey. Yeah, dude. I was in 17 below zero, actually 17 below zero, exactly, weather one time in Yakima Valley, Washington during Army training. Yeah, I know how cold that is. That's damn near ridiculous. All you need is a little bit of a wind, and it's miserable. Yeah, makes your nose and your ears hurt and shit. Yeah. Your mother was impatient, crab man. Yeah, oh yeah. It's just the most boring and mundane shit that people. That's another thing, Trip. The most boring and mundane shit is fodder for for consumption now. People's cornflakes and pancakes. This is what I'm having for breakfast. Why the hell would I give a shit what you're having for breakfast? You know what I mean? Uh, I don't understand why people, want to watch that kind of shit. It's just the most mind-numbing bullshit. Holy crap. Yeah, I've never understood that, Tripwire. Uh, People tend to gravitate, a lot of people anyway, tend to gravitate toward the most mind-numbing bullshit that's possible. Anything that doesn't make them think, you know? And that's a web design kind of mantra. Don't make me think. I think there was a book titled that. Don't make me think, and how web design is geared in that direction, so that people don't have to think. They just complete zombie and still be able to find their shit, right? Find what they're looking for. And that's how all of this shit is uh, being constructed, being designed, right? In that way. Don't make me think. Don't make the zombie, the masses think, because then they will just swipe away from your shit. And that, I think about that kind of stuff a lot, and in the idea of, human evolution. What the hell is that going to do to us? Yeah. taking humanity by the ears and bounced his head off the curb a couple times. Yeah, living. Yeah, I like that. Only patient with children, Mike. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty patient across the board. Alarmingly unperturbed. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's cool. That's a good way to be though, living. Yeah. Oh, all right. Below zero too up there, Shannon. Yeah, there. I don't know. I still. It depends on what. I would not want to have to go out to work in that kind of weather. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't want. I don't like going out to work in in the Florida summer either. 97 degrees and like 99% humidity. It's just insane. But to when it's cold, you can build a fire and it's cozy and or whatever. Even if you have electric heat or whatever, it's cozy in the house. You can go outside and come in and get warm. There's something to be said for that. It's kind of a comforting feeling to come in from the cold. Yeah, yeah, Bucky. Why would someone want their entire lives out there for people to see and judge and all that shit? And that's the thing. Gen X, we used to have our diary, and we would be upset, if someone looked in our diary, right? Nowadays, these kids, they post everything online. I mean, all the most private shit and stuff, and then they're upset if nobody looks at it, right? It's the exact opposite. So that's it's a really weird culture that's out there now, where people put their most private, painful moments online for the world to see, and they want all the people to see it. They want the world to see that they're a victim of a horrible girlfriend or a horrible husband or uh, horrible children or a horrible boss or whatever. I'm a victim. Everyone see my victimhood. It's on display for the world. Please, get on here and acknowledge my victimhood with a thumbs up or a whatever bullshit. So I think that's that victim mentality, which I despise. I want to be a victim. I don't understand that shit. Thomas Wayne, what's up? Oh, thank you, Thomas Wayne. Yeah, like I said, that everybody blame Thomas. He got me started on the apocalypse. I talk about the apocalypse for hours, but I'll try to keep it short here. Yeah, no, I don't actively like wish for the apocalypse. To be honest, I joke around about it. Yeah, oh, the apocalypse would be cool or whatever. Okay, so to be perfectly honest with everyone and straight up so everyone knows where I'm coming from with the apocalypse thing. I don't sit here and, actively hope for the apocalypse. I'm not part of some, bring on the apocalypse group, which they have. There are groups like that who are actively trying to bring on the apocalypse. All right. I'm not part of any of that. But the reason for that is that I just wouldn't want to, harm a bunch of people that don't want the apocalypse. You know what I mean? There are a bunch of people out there who aren't ready for it and who wouldn't enjoy it. And I wouldn't want a bunch of people to get wiped off the face of the earth. So no, I don't. But if it happened without me being involved in it happening at all, I'm completely hands off, and it happened, I would not be upset. All right, I would not. Yeah, I'd be okay with it. I might actually enjoy it. At least the first little while. Depend on where the missile or the asteroid hit. You know, if it hit in my living room, then no, I wouldn't enjoy it that much. Maybe, you know, for a brief flash, I would enjoy it, but I wouldn't be around long enough to have much fun. So I do admit also that I'm not guaranteed the the ability to live into the post-apocalyptic world. I might be one of the first casualties. So yeah, but no, I would not be upset if I heard it was coming, and you know it was gonna like a grid down scenario or something like that. Yeah, I wouldn't be too upset. Watch out, you know, I'd want to go to Washington D.C. and see the politicians, those lying scumbags stumbling around, digging in garbage cans and shit. I would enjoy the hell out of that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, crap, man. Maybe that's where I got so much patience was working with animals when I was younger. Yeah. That's probably where I got it, as a matter of fact. Oh, yeah, grade school level graphics. Yeah, everything's being dumbed down, living. AF, hey, glad to see you here. Oh, you made it to Stephenville, huh? Oh, all right. All right. Were you going to? I thought you were going to Texas, or am I getting confused? AF. Were you leaving Texas, going somewhere else, or I thought you were going to Texas last time? But you know, I'm remembering a live stream chat 2 or 3 days ago. So I'm, you know, and I, of course, I read a bunch of them, so I could be confused. Did you get to Texas, or are you about to leave now? Yeah, yeah. That was one of the things I remember as a kid, Shannon, that it used to irritate me is when it would get that cold and the snow would get that crunchy layer on top. And it wasn't good for snowballs. It wasn't soft and fluffy anymore. That was like one of the things that irritated me as a kid. You know, I wanted that good snowball snow, and then you try to make a snowball when it's that cold and it's just powder. You know, it's like trying to make a snowball out of dry flour. So yeah, that was one of my pet peeves as a kid. That dry, crumbly snow, frozen hard. No shit. Yeah, yeah. Living, everything's being dumbed down. Yeah, across the board, being dumbed down. And you look at shit like that, and it's actually mind blowing. Yeah, they're creating this kind of content um, for adults. Uh, a house fire in 44 below. Gen X awakens. No shit. Fairbanks, Alaska. I've always wanted to go to Fairbanks. Actually, when I was in the army, you get three, uh, you know, choices for your top three duty stations, and Alaska was my first one, but I never got to go. They sent me to Korea instead. Metal Gear, what's up, Metal Gear? Glad to see you here. Yeah, I did direct y'all to Living's channel. I hope some of y'all, at least some of y'all, went to check it out. Living and Active 116, I think. Yeah, 116. So check that out if you have a minute, and subscribe if you like the content. Yeah, Yeah, I believe I go back and forth with that living, whether the apocalypse is nigh, you know what I mean? Sometimes it seems like it's right around the corner, but I've been thinking that for, for 20 years. So, uh, but it seems to be getting worse. And I try to be objective about it, and look at it analytically and not, not from my personal standpoint of kind of hoping for it. So, yeah, I think it is. I think that it's ramping up. It's getting worse faster. This economy can't continue this way. It's just a matter of time, right? When you're $38 trillion in debt and there's no end in sight, it's just going to keep getting deeper and deeper. Debt like that is unsustainable. It's just not. You can't continue. So when does the bubble pop? When do they pull the drain? All that it takes is for China and Russia and these other big countries to say, I'm not so confident in the U.S. dollar anymore. We're just not gonna we're not gonna invest in it anymore. We're not gonna support it, and that's all it takes. But they will crash the world economy when they do that. So that's the kind of rock and a hard place they're in. They can't quit supporting the U.S. dollar, no matter how moronically we borrow and spend it, and how we devalue it, because they'll crash the entire world economy with it, because they got tied up in this globalist bullshit too. So they're kind of stuck for the time being. But if they figure a way out and they can survive, then they will do it. The other thing is the population. Population collapse is imminent, across the planet. There's only one part of the world, I think it's Central Africa or something, where the population is healthy and it's still growing. China is on the verge of collapse, population collapse, and almost every country is. You know what I mean? So population collapse is another thing it's gonna be something we have to face. But they do have an answer for population collapse, which is AI and robots. They'll just replace us with AI and robots. So, as far as the bigwigs are concerned, the elites are betters. They're okay with population collapse because they'll still have their mansion and all their clean water and everything. Nothing will change for them. So, yeah. So those are a couple things that are on my mind. Yeah, yeah. If we, yeah, I'm not looking forward to a nuke, headed this way. That's not one. Now, one thing is that people don't think about is that they can they can nuke us, but detonate the nuke in the upper atmosphere, and it would just be an EMP come down and torch our infrastructure, right? Our grid. I read a book about that, and then I've watched documentaries on it and stuff. And yeah, they just launch a nuke, and the EMP from the nuke would just take out our grid. So that's the kind of nuke that uh, I wouldn't I wouldn't be too upset. Put it that way. I'm I'm not gonna you're not gonna see me out there running up and down the streets crying and shit. Talking about woe is me if that happened. I'll just get to work doing something else rather than the work I'm doing now. Night of the Comet, yeah, Muskogee Land, yeah, I watched that a while ago, but recently, fairly recently, in the last couple of years. Yeah, I think a lot of us have, crab man. We've all been waiting for the end since we were kids. We've been told it was gonna, the end was near with ice ages and nuclear holocaust and starvation and killer bees and everything else. Okay. All right, AF. Oh, all right. So you're on your way to Lubbock? It's colder down there than you thought. 19 degrees and it's warmer than it was at 4 p.m. yesterday. Yeah, I've heard that some kind of Arctic chill is coming down this year. It's supposed to be a hard winter. R. Snyder, what's up, Snyder? Glad to see you here. Glad you could make it, man. Yeah, Will in Apocalypse. Yeah, Bucky. Wouldn't that be the shit? Yeah. Yeah, Roz. Yeah, yeah. I collect silver. I just collect physical silver. You know what I mean? I buy and hold and just collect whenever I find it. I hold on to physical silver. A lot of people do that, where you buy the shit online or something and somebody else keeps it for you. I don't trust any of that digital shit. I'm not giving any advice. That's just me. A lot of people get rich with Bitcoin and silver and gold and whatever. That's fine. Just buying representations of it online. I'm a lunatic. I have to hold that shit in my hand. If I don't hold it in my hand, it's not mine. It's just I've been presented with too much evidence proving that. So yeah, I don't trust any of that shit. No, try not to make mom angry. AF. Yeah, we gotta try not to piss off mom. Carburetor car, yeah, that's the way to go, Mike. You rather have an Ice Age Metal Gear? You have a baby woolly mammoth ready ready to go, or you make a saddle for your woolly mammoth? Yeah, that's what we need. We need a good video on how to make a Faraday cage, big country. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. That would be a good thing to know. I mean, just, why not? I've been thinking about that though. I don't know how to make one. I know that a microwave is a Faraday cage, right? Big country? Isn't that basically what a microwave is? Uh, so, so I know it's kind of a thing that a normal person can build, and I was thinking about building one, but I think that might make for an interesting video, how to make a Faraday cage. Artiste, what's up, Artiste? Glad to see you here, man. We're talking about the apocalypse and all kinds of cool shit, Artiste, and how dumb people are. How dumb people outside, our group. We're smart, they're dumb, Artiste. uh, no, no, dog karma. No, not a. I mean, it's cool to, I guess, to get in. It's like any of that shit is cool to gamble with. You play with it a little bit or something. But it's all manipulated. The stock market and crypto and all that. When those big investors get in there and they can just crash it, whenever they want. I don't trust that shit. No. And then you see like the Bitcoin thing. Uh, Donald Trump come out, and a few months ago, Donald Trump come out and tweeted, "Oh, I'm gonna put a tariff on China." So the entire cryptocurrency market crashes because Trump did a tweet. Uh, I can't get into that kind of shit. My silver that I have in my little silver stash, it's still there. I still have it. It's probably worth more after Trump's tweet. It's still there. My so my little silver stash didn't crash because Trump sent a tweet. You know what I mean? It's still right there. I still have it. So I don't understand it. I'm not sitting here saying I understand it, that I do deep dives into crypto and stock markets. I just watch that shit with common sense. And if one person can do a tweet and I don't know who panics or whatever, or if it's by design and the shit crashes, you know what I mean? That's just not something I want to be involved in. When it just seems ridiculous to me. A lot of y'all do it, and you're investing in it and whatever. I'm not trying to insult anyone, but that's just not for me. Yeah, I just, so, and maybe I'm too conservative in that way. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just I'm too conservative, and I'll admit that. But I'm not going to change. I'm not doing it. So, but I hope whoever does invest in Bitcoin or stocks or whatever, I hope you all make a fortune. I really do. I wish you the best. Yeah, Crab man. A lot of people do. A lot of people do, and a lot of people have made a lot of money. Hell, I made some money back when it was hot and it was doing well, and I put a few bucks in there and made some money. And but for long term trust in that system, no, no. I know it's gambling. I put some money in there and I hoped that it would go up, and it went up, and I took my money out. Basically, I could have very well lost my money, if some or if not all of it at the time. I made a few bucks, nothing big, but I can't sit here and say that I have never invested in Bitcoin. But I played it like the damn roulette table. I didn't put my life savings in the damn thing and take the chance of losing everything. Excuse me. We love you too, artiste. Oliver Rust. You're late, Oliver. What's your excuse, dude? We ain't putting up with this shit, man. We're not putting up with this shit from you, Oliver. You know how impatient we are? How's it going, Oliver? Glad to see you here, man. Okay. Mechanical diesel, as long as it isn't running during an EMP, you're good to go. I was wondering about that, stranger. Actually, that's a thing I've been wondering about, that I keep forgetting to look it up and find. Okay, so a diesel, as long as it's not running when the EMP hits, you're good to go. So would you have to disconnect the battery or anything? Or you could just leave the battery connected? Would the EMP fry the battery? Would it just, or is it just electronical circuits like motherboards and shit? Or would a battery be okay after an EMP? That's kind of my question. A metal trash can? What, for a Faraday cage, AF? And cardboard? Okay. Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, big country, I agree. A 50-50 chance is better than 100% failure, yeah. Well, yeah, AF, a microwave doesn't, I mean, a microwave has to be a Faraday cage, or the freaking microwaves would come out and fry you, right? I mean, it's got to trap them inside. So if it traps them from inside, then it would trap the microwaves from the outside too. That's what it seems like to me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah, if you could, yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, if you could withdraw silver or gold coins at the ATM, that would be kick ass, Raziel. Yeah. 8 millimeter would still work after an EMP? Okay. So Living said something up here earlier that I missed because Laic mentioned 8 millimeter. All right, so that those would work after an EMP. Okay, Laic. You're gonna listen to some Nine Inch Nails today, Rocker? Yeah, I've got. Well, my mic and stuff kind of hides my T-shirt now, uh, but it's a good mic. I like my mic, so I had to make a compromise. Faraday protected Pac-Man arcade games. Really, Snyder? Is that true? Mechanical wristwatches with a Faraday cage. Oh yeah. George W. Bush crashed the broccoli market when he said he didn't like it. Pork rinds instead. Yeah, that kind of shit, Mike. Yeah, that kind of shit. It's just so dumb. I can't. And that's the herd mentality of people, right? Oh, everybody sell, sell, sell. Or whatever. Buy, buy, buy. I guess if you've got the money, and you can manipulate that shit and work off of that mentality, yeah, you could probably make a shit ton of money off that stuff. But I don't have that much money. All I can do is lose my ass. Yeah, yeah. Bitcoin goes bye bye, Tripwire. If the internet goes bye bye, so does Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, he lost thousands in some type of stock. Yeah, dude, I don't know. Like I said, it's gambling. It's if people want to do it, yeah. I mean, people go to Las Vegas and shit. I don't think any less of them for going to Las Vegas. I don't think less of people for putting their money in Bitcoin or stock market or whatever. This is not for me. But I'm not a gambler. I don't go to Vegas and blow a bunch of money, or go to whatever casino and blow a bunch of money. I never have. I've been to casinos, but literally, I'll go to casino with my buddy. I'll tell you a story real quick. When I was in the army, my buddy said, "Oh, let's go to the casino." I said, "Okay, I'll go with you." Hell yeah, sounds like fun. So we drive down there. We go in there, and I told myself in my head, I'm gonna spend $50 in here over 3 or 4 hours, however long we decide to stay. I'm gonna spend $50. If I lose $50, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. I'll go home, whatever. Go sit out in the car and wait for him, whatever. But if I win $250, I'm done. Whatever. If I get up and I'm up $250 on the night, shit, I'm golden. I'm done. So as it happened that night, I got up $250. I had $250, $300 total in my pocket. So I went and cashed out and went over and found my buddy. He was over there at the 5 card stud or whatever, the Texas Hold'em table or whatever. I was playing blackjack. So I found him and I asked him how he was doing. I said, "Man, I'm up $250. I'm out of here, dude. Let's go. How you doing?" He said, "Man, I'm up 1,500." I said, "Well, hell, scoop your shit up and let's go, dude." He said, "Okay, just let me finish this hand. Give me a few minutes. I said, "Okay." I said, "I'm going to go wait out in the car." So I went out to the car, sat down, fell asleep in the car, woke up when he finally showed up. And I asked him how he did. He said, "Oh man, I lost 1,700." I said, you're down to, you were up 1,500 on the night and now you're down $200. He said, oh, no, I lost that 15. I lost 1,700. I'm down 1,700. I was like, holy shit, dude. So you lost, $3,200 since I saw you. That kind of shit. So I'm just not, I don't have that gambling thing, where I really enjoy gambling that much, and I don't get that fever or whatever, whatever it is that makes people like gambling. I just don't have that. It's not part of my personality. I can have a little bit of fun gambling, but it's not like I don't get a lot out of it. So, but I do understand people who enjoy that. So if I don't judge people for doing it. But that's just the way I see all that crypto and stock market and shit, where you're putting your money out into this thing and hoping it goes up and hoping it doesn't go down. You're hoping the little marble will land on red instead of black or whatever, so whatever it is. That's just the way I see the shit. Okay, so you have to have the insulation AF in the Faraday cage. Yeah, yeah, shit hits the fan scenario. No more fishing licenses or game wardens. Yeah, living. Okay, not all, it has to be all mechanical. Modern ones have computers, stranger. Okay. Uh, okay, it still might fry your alternator. All right. So would you want to take your or maybe have a spare alternator in a Faraday cage, stranger? Maybe that would be a good idea to keep, just to keep a spare alternator in a Faraday cage, and after an EMP, just go swap alternators, put your battery in, and crank that bitch up. Does that sound like a good idea? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Laic diesel starts on compression, not on a spark. Okay, yeah, that's something to remember, huh? I knew that. Excuse me. I knew that, but it's not something that it's on the top of my mind, and I think about when I'm thinking about this stuff. But we do need to remember that, huh? So as long as they don't have the computer in them, rocker, right? Basically, what we're saying is that as long as they were pre-computer days, they don't have chips and shit, a lot of electronics in there. But you still might want to take your alternator out, right, stranger? Yeah, Schneider. That's how I feel. That gives me more joy and what do I want to comfort, not comfort, but security holding physical metal. You know what I mean? Than just looking at some pixels on a screen that represent a number of some fake ass currency somewhere. Uh, I just get more security out of holding the physical stuff. Now, that's probably a hang up in my head, maybe, or maybe it's the other way, and it's a hang up in everybody else's head that they feel security from some pixels on a screen. I don't know who's right or who's wrong. I'm just saying that's the way I am. Okay, AF. Trust a trash can version with your extra phone and PCs. Okay. Or Schneider. Well, yeah, gold prospecting. That might be a. I've never done that, so but I could kind of see that being addictive. Yeah, that'd be cool. Found yourself a nugget. Yeah, I can see that. That's a real thing, though. You know what I mean? That's a real damn thing. That I could see that being addictive. Hell yeah, dude. Did a bank of 26 Claymore mines with a crank phone. That's insane. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, big country. That's all we have is computer simulations and shit. A shipping container is a basic Faraday cage. One of those big metal shipping containers. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. You don't have to do anything to it. Special. Just the metal makes it a Faraday cage. I guess so. If AF talking about the trash can, so huh? I thought it'd have to be something special for some reason. I don't know why. That Faraday cages are a lot simpler than I thought. The Timu iron tank? No. Artiste. What is it? You talking about a real tank? Or like you mean like an army tank or like just some kind of water tank? What kind of tank are you talking about? Oh, all right. Faraday cage bags. Huh. Okay. I wonder if they work. But see, we need to come up with a small level EMP to test shit. That would be a cool episode, or maybe a series of episodes. What do y'all think? With I don't know how I'd make an EMP though. That would be fun. Make my own EMP and test shit. You know what I mean? Test these Timu Faraday cages and stuff. Yeah, or homemade Faraday cages. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Get some burner phones and throw them in there. See what happens. Yeah. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. In my opinion, Roz, is to keep a grand worth of silver just in case. I mean, hell, just forget you have it. Put it away somewhere in a box somewhere and just forget you have it. Oh, Mike, yeah. 1982 Audi diesel. Yeah, that's badass, dude. 91 Dodge diesel. Oh, one of the last all mechanical. Okay. All right, stranger. Yeah, so spare alternator and other spares like wire in a Faraday is a good idea. All right, stranger. Oh, trying to stop beach prospecting. What, just like prospecting by hand, Snyder? Why the hell would they stop that? I mean, it'd be different if you went out there with a backhoe or something and started digging up some shit, you know? Yeah, I saw that too a while back, Mike. Gold is legal tender. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. He's passing a lot of good shit. You have a VW diesel, Shannon? Yeah, they make good shit. I mean, honestly. All right, Lake. Thank you for contributing to our conversation, dude. All right, and it is. Oh, okay. Flower gold. All right, stranger. All right. AF. ECUs go in the trash can too. Alternators wear out. All right. Put the alternator in a bucket. All right. line your garage with chicken wire and it would work. Okay. NSA famous. Yeah, put your phone in a Faraday bag. That wouldn't be a bad idea. A Timu version uh made one out of a forklift. Oh yeah, crap. That's probably a good idea. Contact Mythbusters for that shit. Oh yeah. Old lathe and plaster, yeah. Oh, the Starfish Prime test in the early 60s. All right, it blew out shit in Hawaii. Oh, okay, trip. All right. Well, it's about time, about that time. So, now after a very late night at work, and I was supposed to do a pre-recorded video. I was actually I had recorded another episode of Florida Man talking about some Florida Man crap that happened, back in the day. I figured for Florida Man, I would go back to the beginning of it and find out the best Florida Man headlines of each year, and then go forward in time and do one once in a while, maybe one a week, one Florida Man episode a week, and talk about, like one week I talk about 2010 and then 2011, like that. It started about 2010. But anyway, um, I recorded that video, but I hadn't had a chance to edit it yet. So I couldn't post it this morning. Plus, I didn't do the live stream last night, so I wanted to talk to y'all this morning and let y'all know what was up, why I didn't do the live stream last night. So just to keep everybody in the loop, so to speak. So, but Monday I'll go ahead and post that Florida Man episode. All right, should be good for at least one laugh out of it. And let's see, tomorrow's Saturday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Saturday. So we'll have our normal. It will be back to normal tomorrow. We'll have our normal 5 a.m. live stream Saturday, and then Sunday will be our 4 p.m. live stream. And that's our big one, our 2 hour live stream on Sunday afternoon. All right. Uh, yeah, Schneider, everybody hit the thumbs up button if you would. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, all of y'all. I love these conversations every time we got off into apocalyptic stuff and talking about Faraday cages and all kinds of stuff today. I love that stuff. I learned a lot, actually. Learned a lot today. Some very interesting stuff. And it seems like I learn a lot more than I ever thought I would by doing these live streams, A lot of these live streams I see are instructional, teaching people. I do these live streams and I learn from y'all. So hopefully everybody else, the rest of you, learn with me from whoever's doing the teaching, like a stranger was talking about the diesels and stuff. So, and Leia contributed a little bit about that too. So hopefully y'all learn some stuff too along with me. So I'm going to say goodbye to Bucky, Raziel, Tripwire, Schneider, Artiste, Jeff Seven, Dog Karma, Mike Fleisner, Living and Active, Crabman, Shannon, AF, Big Country. Let's see, who else do we have? Stranger, Gen X Awakens, said he's or launching a channel soon. Gold prospecting. Okay. So keep your eye out for that. Gen X Awakens. It's on gold prospecting. So if y'all are interested in that, keep your eye out for his channel that's coming up. He says he's waiting on his mic in the mail. All right. Who else we got? We had a couple more people up here that I didn't recognize. And that's Rocker was here. Did I say Artiste already? I might have said Artiste already. Metal Gear. Can't forget my boy Metal Gear. Who else here? Muskogee Land. Jeffrey Knox. Dark Watch. All right. Now I think I got everyone. If I missed your name, goodbye to you as well. Thank you very much for watching. As always, it's a pleasure. I mean, an absolute pleasure hanging out with y'all. Sincerely, thank you for showing up and hanging out with me. You're invited to hang out with me tomorrow morning and Sunday afternoon as well. All right. I hope y'all have a fantastic weekend. Don't work as hard as I am. Try to get some rest, all right? And enjoy this holiday season. All right. And I'll leave you there with that. As always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.